Alright, coming at you with a new deck profile. This time we're doing Crystrons. Sorry I don't have them in pretty sleeves, but I have not bought sleeves for this deck yet. I kind of just finished it up with the new release of Raging Tempest. But without further ado, here it is. We got one Crystron Qon, two Citries, two Rions, two Pressiortol, three Thisferns, three Smiger, three Rosnick, and one Celefner. So for the Crystron engine within the deck, then we're also running the Speedroids. We got the Duke in here, and three of the Speedroid horse stilts. And I also, on top of that little Speedroid engine, have some trains, because Dora the Explorer is fucking amazing. And also, once they die off, I can special summon out the Crystrons with spell cards. So we've got two of the Heavy Freight Train, and then we got two of those Night Express Knights. On to the spells. I'm running two different Dimension Deep Sea Trenches, two Crystallic Potentials, one Salvage, one Foolish Burial, a Machina Armored Unit, which is the card I was talking about that allows me to help special summon cards out. And I also run a Supply Squad, since you are also destroying your cards very often, so it's just extra draw power on top of your Crystallic Potentials draw power. For the traps, don't have too many, just three that Crystron Impact, very useful. One Dark Bribe to get around effects. I run only one Crystron re-entry because I don't end up with tuners in my hand all that often. Most of their effects help special summon the tuners out, so you're going to get the tuners out very fast and be synchro summoning with them very fast. So I only run one of the Crystron entry. And then also I run one called the Haunted. So that's it for my... Sorry about that. That was it for my main deck. And moving on to the extra deck. For my extra deck, I run a Leviair, because we banish cards constantly. I run the Heavy Armor Train Iron Wolf, because this deck runs all machines and they are very powerful. Very good card. I also run a Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon, in case I use up my Heavy Armor Train and I need to get into some more level 4s, since I have plenty of them. And then, of course, you run Dora the fucking Explorer, because she is the best girl. Now, for my synchros, most important of the deck, I run two of the Quandax, two of the Matrix, two of those Stealth Ninjas from the Super Heavies that just recently came out. I run one Scarlight Red Dragon Archfiend, one Stardust Dragon, one of the new Crystron, I'm not sure how to pronounce that name, Quariongadrax. Sure I brutalized that. And then we run the Phoenix, of course, and then one Susanoo. That's it for this deck profile. I hope you enjoyed it. If it wasn't competitive enough for you, then don't worry, I've got my competitive build coming up right now. Alright, so now we come to my competitive build for my Crystrons. Alright, we run this with the Speedroid engine and took out the trains. As much as I do love Dora the Explorer, it's a bit cloggy. The trains rely on each other too much, while the Speedroids will just kind of run along with everything. So we've got the two horse stilts, the Terror Top, the Tri-Eyed Dice, and the Takumborg. Like how these run together, help get each other out and everything. And also, this is my favorite tuner out of the set, just because it can also help to negate an attack against your monsters. We also got we were running one Celefner, run two Rosnicks, three Thisferns, two Smigers, two Rions, three Pressiortals, the 2 Citries and the 2 Kuons. And I might, after running this deck a few more times, take out Rion and run 1 more Kuon. I don't use their effect to synchro during my opponent's turn nearly that often that I am worried about that effect. It's more about the their levels that I'm thinking about changing them up for, especially since I've already got the other level 3 tuner. I might end up switching him out. We'll see after running it a few more times. But I run a Dark Hole, Limiter Removal, Twin Twister, 1 Pot of Acquisitiveness, 2 Supply Squads, 2 Different Dimension Trenches, 2 Crystron Potentials, 1 Torrential Rebirth, because there's just way too many cards nowadays that destroy every single card on the field, and this will bring everything back and punish your opponent for it. Then we got a Magnet Force, freaking amazing card for this deck. 3 Crystron Impacts, because we banish a lot to get off those effects, and then 3 Call of the Haunteds. And we're also running Dante, because we have a whole lot of level 3s that get out really fast. We run the Heavy Armor Train Iron Wolf, because I mean he's an easy turn taker. And we got Cyber Dragon Nova and Cyber Dragon Infinity, because we got our Soul Efnir, and then we've got these 2 Matrix running. A Matrix is super easy to get out in this deck. I find more often than not, the numbers on my field add up to 5. So. Plus, he's very useful to get things into defense position, get all the monsters in defense position, and then you can just go into infinity. Pretty nice. I also run 1 Armory Arm, 2 of the Quandax, 2 of the Stealth Ninja. This guy is freaking awesome. I love him. Attacks from defense position, and then if he's actually destroyed by a card effect, then you get to just special summon him back on the standby phase. Super good. And he's 2800 is his attacking power, because he attacks from a defense, like the rest of this, like most of the super heavies, which is higher than a lot of cards I got running in this deck. Also, he's a machine type, so he will come out whenever you use your Crystron's effects, which is really kind of what makes this deck so slow, is that if you use that first effect where you target another card and destroy it, you're going to end up making it to where you can only special summon these machine type synchros and nothing else. We're also running Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon just because he's OP, and Trishula because, once again, super OP. And then we run 1 Crystron Phoenix and the other big one. Forget how to say his name. But I was running 2 Phoenix before, but you don't go into them that often. And once you go into them the first time, you've already devastated your opponent so much that it's it seems kind of pointless. But yeah, our other big guy's significantly more powerful, and he's able to destroy monsters. So he's kind of like the OTK, I guess, of the deck. But a lot of these cards are lacking in power too, which it's not so bad, because Crystron Matrix will be able to do 2800 too once you get the Crystalic Potential out on the field. Anyways, like I said, the deck runs fairly slow, so like I can't see it really going up against the meta, and like I don't know, maybe they'll get more support later on that'll fix them, but as they are now, it's a bit slow. Anyways, that is my deck profile. I hope you enjoyed it, and be sure to like and subscribe and comment. It's what makes the YouTubes go around. And most importantly, don't forget to take care of yourselves.